What's up, traders? Welcome to today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. Today we're going to be taking a look at the chart on Monster Beverage Corporation, symbol MNST. And as usual, we're only going to be looking for two things. One, what's the direction of the trend? And two, are there clues in support and resistance levels as to where the big money might be patiently waiting to buy at lower prices or patiently waiting to sell at higher prices? So let's get right into the action. Now, you don't need to be a technical wizard to figure out that Monster Beverage has been in a strong uptrend. But the way we would assess that technically is we'd go from a low to a high, high to a low, low to our most recent high. And we'll notice that as they're moving from left to right, the highs are moving higher. And as they're moving from left to right, the lows are also moving higher. And that's the definition of an uptrend. So we're definitely in an uptrend. Didn't need to do that, but for future reference, when it's not so obvious visually, that's how you assess the trend. Okay. Step two is let's go see if we can find some support levels for either a quick bounce trade or maybe a lower entry price for a longer term hold. Now, what I'm going to do here is there's kind of a clear support level here, but I want to get a little more granularity to see if there's a nearer a support level that's closer to current price for you active traders out there. Don't want to wait for a major pullback. Not that a 3-point pullback would be major, but if you're looking for a real quick fill. All right, so here's the first support level to consider, and that's right here in the 70.06 to 69.32 price range. So we're almost there. We almost dropped into that level yesterday. We might get a chance for a pullback into that level today for a quick bounce trade. Okay, that's the real aggressive trade. We're at all-time highs. All we're doing is looking for a pullback into a support level for a continuation higher. That's the strategy on that one. The second support level, for those of you who are a little more price conscious, looking for a little bit bigger discount price, and also looking for a little bit better reward to risk ratio, you can consider this support level down here. And that support level is in the 67 to 65.84 price range. So two support levels to consider for entry. Let's go see if we can find a resistance level for a target. And we do have some technical resistance right here in the 71.82 to 72.62 price range. Okay, so there is one resistance level, two support levels, and once again, we're right off all-time highs. So the way you would construct a trade here, this is not financial advice, this is simply a tutorial, a technical tutorial about how to potentially construct a trade finding support and resistance levels. And as such, if you wanted to go for the aggressive upper support level for either a quick bounce or a little bit better price for a longer term position, you'd construct the trade like this. Buy limit order, 70.06. Protective stop just below that level, okay? Target just in front of the first resistance level, and you're looking at a 1.96 to 1 reward to risk ratio. So about a 2 to 1 reward to risk ratio in this upper level. Not amazing, but if you're a rapid fire trader and your win rate is over 50%, 2 to 1 works out just fine, okay? So there's one potential trade setup. Now, if you wanted to get a little more conservative on your entry, wait to see if you get a chance to buy it a couple points lower, you'd be looking to place a buy limit order, 67 price range, protective stop just below that level, and same target in the same spot. Now, this one's going to have a much higher reward to risk ratio. So this has a 3.46 to 1 reward to risk ratio. So in other words, for every $100 worth of risk you would take, there would be almost $350 worth of reward potential. There is a risk, though, and that risk is that maybe it doesn't pull back to that level, okay? So these are considerations that you need to think about whether you want to get a little more aggressive or a little more conservative, if at all, okay? So if you were to place the buy limit order in this upper support level, ideally you'd be looking for the trade to play out something like this, to bounce off that level, so drop to the level, bounce off it, and go back and retest that resistance level, okay? So that would be ideal trade setup number one if you wanted to go for the aggressive entry. Now, if you wanted to go for the little more conservative support level, you would be hoping for something like this to take its time to work its way a little bit lower and bounce off the lower level instead of the upper level, and then head to our resistance level. Okay, so there are, let me change the color of this so you can see two separate trades. So there are two potential trade setups for Monster Energy. Happens to be one of the best performing stocks in the market right now, as well as the last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, going back a long time. Okay, so let's wrap up today's session. Hope you got some value out of the session. I'll be back with more technical analysis later this week. In the meantime, wishing you the best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you soon.